let's get into it. So this is the Manga Report episode 8. Yes, Manga Report episode 8. This episode is for the week of May 11th. Actually, hold on, let me make sure that's the right month. Yes, May 11th, 2020. Sorry, I'm just getting these weeks, these days, these months they're all blending together to me. So sorry. So our first title that we're recommending for, as you can see here, is Trigun. Actually, to give a little bit of a precursor, I'm doing classic titles from when I was a child. So in my so earlier year, so this is again Trigun. Trigun is, looks like it started in 1998 and then again in 2003, or did it go till 2003? That's actually good. The first episode was Saturday, September 26, 1998. Thank you, IMDb. So now what we need to find is our synopsis. Here we go. Narrator voice. Trigun takes place in the distant future on a deserted planet. Vash the Stampede is a gunfighter with a legend so ruthless that he has a 60 billion bounty on his head. That is billion, right? On his head. Entire towns evacuated the rumor of his arrival. However, the real Vash the Stampede is not the same man that the rumor portrays him to be. The enigmatic and conflicted lead character in Trigun is actually more heroic in nature, as well as a complete and utter idiot at times. Trigun is a super good. It's super good. It's a really funny series. It's like I said, 1998, so it's really 80s and it's all good out there. So yeah, actually, it looks like they did remake it. So as you can see, we have 2 trailers here. So when we come back to do the manga review later this week, we'll be able to watch those and delve in a little bit more. Trigun is, Vash the Stampede, if I'm not mistaken, is he has part cybernetic implants, I believe, where he, like, say that gun that he has on the cover, I think it's like hidden inside of his his wrist or something like that. It's been a while since I've actually watched this one. I might have to go back and refresh myself too, actually, before I come back and do the show. But that's our first title. We're doing Trigun. That's the first video for the week of the first anime. So this is all, I'm sorry, again, just reiterating, this is actually all anime titles for this week, actually. All right, next title that we're dealing with is Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star appears to have run 3 times, 1998, 2001, 2018. So it's actually very recently. And Outlaw Star is about a bounty hunter, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get to the storyline. Narrator voice. Gene Starwick dreams of a life as an outlaw, and fate smiles on him as he seems to suddenly wind up with a great job. But things go awry, and he finds himself the new owner of the fastest, most technologically advanced spaceship in the galaxy. Unfortunately, it's stolen, and the owners want it back, along with his partner Jim and the lovely Mefina. Gene must fight his way across the galaxy, battling pirates, aliens, and assassins as he attempts to discover the secrets of the Outlaw Star. Dang, I'm probably gonna have to go back and watch this again myself. This is another classic title from my childhood. I was a pretty big fan of this. He had the gun that could shoot black hole bullets. That in itself is already amazing. That's ridiculous. A black hole shooting gun. Oh my god! Like, who's messing with that? Plus the super technologically advanced ship that works with him and Melfina and all that. But again, we'll delve a little bit deeper dive later, because I'll probably end up doing is I'll refresh myself on a lot of these titles before Friday. Next on this list we have Tenchi Muyo. So Tenchi Muyo is actually, I believe, my first look or first take on a harem title, if I'm not mistaken. But let's get into it. Narrator voice. Tenchi Muyo is a normal high school student in Japan who spends the summers doing chores around his grandfather's family shrine. One day, Tenchi manages to steal the key to a mysterious cave where an Oni, Japanese demon, is said to have been sealed away by his ancestor Yosho, whose sword still stands guard over it. When he enters this cave, he finds that much to his surprise, the legend is indeed true when the Oni's desiccated skeletal form, Mira, Japanese mummy, comes to life and attacks him. Tenchi flees the cave in a panic and later returns to high school, taking the hilt, seemingly all that remains of the ancestral sword with him. At school, Tenchi is again attacked by the Oni, whose name is Ryoko, who has now completely revived herself. Tenchi manages to defeat her with the sword's help, but this is only the beginning of a hilarious Japanese romantic comedy. Then it says OVA, original animation video, the Japanese equivalent of an American made-for-movie video movies series, which has spawned. Let's see, is there more to read? Okay, well, in Tenchi Muyo, like I said, this is my first, I guess we'd say the first time I've ever, first harem anime I watched. So it's where there's one guy, multiple female love interest, and Tenchi ends up, he is the direct descendant of a princely lineage of alien race. Tenchi ran a long period of time because there was a lot of spin-offs from it. Like I said, it spawned a lot of shows actually. I think it was like Tenchi Muyo, GXP, Tenchi Muyo, GXP stands for Galaxy Police, Tenchi in Tokyo, then there was the movies, there was a lot. But then there was Ryoko, Ryoki, Washu, oh man, I'm trying to remember what were all. There was five females. Washu, Ryoko, Ryoki, which is the ship. What's it? Washu, and what is her name? I can't even think of the games. Again, I'm gonna have to refresh myself on a lot of these titles. I'm so sorry, but these are I've watched them for a long. They're back in the day. It's been a while, so they're a little out of my mind here. So I'll probably do, like I said, I'll probably go watch the first 3 episodes, just to try to get myself refreshed with the titles again. So that when I come back to do it on Friday, we'll all be able to, really discuss, those titles all together. The next title that we're recommending for the week of May 11th, 2020 is Samurai Pizza Cats. Samurai Pizza Cats is like a mashup of all these different Sentai stories. Difference is that they're only a 3-man sale. This is actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is my first time like really experiencing and understanding what fourth wall breaking is. So let's get into the storyline. Narrator voice. The pizza delivery service, Samurai Pizza Cats, are also young samurai crime fighters in their spare time, ready to spring into action from their headquarters above the pizza parlor. Whenever someone is in trouble, protecting their myopic princess and the city from forces led by the Big Cheese, they get into hilarious action-packed scrapes, but always come out on top, mainly because the baddies are more incompetent than nefarious. So like I said, Samurai Pizza Cats is like one of the first times I really understood what fourth wall breaking was and how funny it is. This comedy is so ridiculous. Ceviche, Anchovy, and what's the other cat's name? Oh man, I can't think of the other cat's name right now. Oh yes, okay, there it is. There we are. Polyester, Speedy Ceviche, and I guess it's Guido. But I thought his name was Anchovy. But yeah, their names are ridiculous. It's so funny. It's a great comedic show. I enjoyed this as a child. Wow, it only ran for a year. Dang. That might be why it's such a very rarely known title. Whenever I bring it up to people, a lot of people don't know this title. It's pretty rare when people I've talked to about this title know about it. Next and last title that we're doing for the week of May 11th, 2020 is Ranma 1/2. So this is actually what spawned the for me the retro titles for this week. I was watching Ranma 1/2, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna do retro titles, and it's because it brought back that feel, the nostalgia. It's just a great feeling. Watching just classic titles and just remembering the comedy and everything that's going on in this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the storyline. Narrator voice. Oh, this is Rumiko Takahashi's story of a high school age girl named Akane who finds herself engaged to be married because of an arrangement by her father. Unfortunately, her fiance Ranma turns out to be less of a man than expected and was raised by a giant panda. I don't know why they had a synopsis like that. So here's the real synopsis. Ranma Saotome is... Oh, here we go. This is a better one. Ranma Saotome is a boy who turns into a girl when splashed with cold water and turns back into a boy when splashed with hot water. His father is cold water turns him into a panda, hot water turns him back into a man. The reason why this is because they go to train in China, and there's these cursed springs that if you fall into them, you are cursed to turn into whatever died there in their tragic tale. So then it just begins this long, drawn out. I would call it like a love trapezoid, or isosceles triangle, because there's so many interchanging parts. There's shampoo, there's ryoga, there's Kuno and his sister. Then there's what is it? Who else is there? Kasumi and the Dr. Tofu. There's so much. But I've always loved Ranma 1/2 because it's just such a crazy storyline. So many crazy antics going on. It's just it's all over the place. So like I said, I've just recently started watching this again, and I'm gonna be watching it for probably gonna end up finishing it. There's this one thing. Oh my god, 1989. This came out 2 years. I was born. There was a movie that came out. It was called Ranma and Akane Get Married, and it was at a convention that I was at, and I was like, hey, you know what? I don't want to go to that. I don't want to see it. I'll just wait till it comes out and I'll buy it. Right? It still hasn't come out, and so I'm always kicking myself about that. But with that, that's all we have for this week. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Signing off. Remember, as always, stay salty.